I think this is about Germany's World Cup team, and he's saying how like flipping this is not the same Germany. I don't know what he's gonna talk about though. So
when it comes to international tournaments, the Germans,
not gonna lie, they could get to the final. Yeah, probably. They have a great team, bro. They got Mo Salah.
24 hours in a day, but I be streaming. I don't care about a bust down, I'm stacking to the ceiling. I grind so much, I can't be a human being.
I think I'm saying his name right. Mo Salah! Bro, they got a great team, bro.
when it comes to international
They ain't
tournaments,
got Muller though.
don't give a rat's ass about your feelings.
Wirtz.
Havertz.
On delivery.
Havertz.
Deflecting. Good ball.
Boom. Oh, this is a 7-1 game.
Clips it over.
They're moving ham.
7.
Curacao, the tiny Caribbean island, was so excited to be at the World Cup. They even equalized, but the Germans were just too strong. They're like AI, no emotions, just pure efficiency on the football pitch. I mean, at least Curacao showed more fight than...
Bro, they got beat 7-1. Bro, they did the same thing to Brazil in 2014. Bro, Germany is moving ruthless. And you know what? They have Neuer as well. Like, I swear, Neuer is one of the best goalkeepers ever, bro. And he's still playing at like such a high level at his age. Like he's around
2014 Brazil. It was a dominant win, but how good is this German side actually? Well, they are brilliant going forward. When players like Florian Wirtz,
Look at that.
Jamal Musiala, and Kai
Musiala!
their teams apart. The movement is fluid. There's a lot of creativity, even from the fullback position with a player like Nathaniel Brown.
Don't know who that is. I've heard of him though.
And it's finished off.
I don't know how
The
good he
Germans
is.
have the ability to overwhelm opponents with waves of attacks. That's the benefit of having a manager like Julian Nagelsmann. Micha also showed why he's becoming such an important player, not just because of his goal,
good,
but because
so
of the
good.
problems he created when Germany attacked. For most teams at this World Cup, stopping Germany is going to be very difficult.
Hey, Mo Salah is so good, bro. This guy is so fucking good, bro. I was watching him play. Oh my flipping days, beautiful, bro. I can't lie. Guy, like they could probably win the World Cup, bro.
When Germany attacked. For most teams at this World Cup, stopping
He's a star
Germany
man.
is going to be
He's a
very
star
difficult.
man.
The concern is what happens when the Germans don't have the ball. Even against Curacao, they looked vulnerable at times. Before the hydration break in the first half, Curacao found several opportunities on the counter and looked capable of causing problems whenever they managed to break through the press. That's kind of been the story of this German team for a while now. The attack is elite, but the defense still raises questions. Germany often struggle to stay compact as a team, especially when they turn the ball over. Opponents can easily find space during transitions, and stronger teams will be much more ruthless than Curacao if those same openings appear later in the tournament. So Germany score goals, they play some beautiful football, and they showed why many people see them as contenders. But they also reminded everyone why there are still doubts, which is why their chance of winning the whole thing wasn't as high as people thought on Kalshi, the sponsor of today.
Bro, who is higher? Bro, they have Portugal is higher than Argentina, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I love flipping Ronaldo. I think Ronaldo's a goal. He's one of the best players to ever play football. But let's keep it a buck, bro. I feel like Argentina is way more efficient than the Portugal team as an overall team, even though Portugal has great players. And also like England, let's keep it a buck, bro. England on paper should win the World Cup, but they never flipping do. I don't know what they have, bro. I don't know. They're weird.
This video. They are the largest prediction market in the United States. Here's what makes them different. You are not playing against a house.
Portugal have better squad than Argentina, but Argentina has more chemistry. Yes, bro. Argentina's chemistry, that's what I'm saying. Argentina should be above Portugal realistically.
Kalshi is peer-to-peer trading. You buy a yes or no contract on whether something will happen, and you're trading directly against other users. Think of it like buying or selling a stock. The line isn't set by some algorithm working against you, it moves based on where the money goes. Public opinion sets the price. Right now, if you buy $100 on yes for Germany to win the World Cup, this would be your payout. And as that probability shifts, you can buy in or out of your position at—
Bro, are we getting flipping getting promoed? I didn't even realize that we went into a promo. I've never missed a promo before. Like, we got hit into a Genjutsu. I didn't know that we were in an ad. Bro, locked in for ads. Bro, I didn't even know. I didn't even know for this part of the video. But to be fair, that I want to take part in it though. Like, that's the thing. I might actually go and bet money. Bro, nah, bro. What's wrong with me? Hold on, nah. I'm not gonna do it, chat. 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 I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it, bro. I'm not doing it, chat. I'm not doing it, chat. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Across the country, including California and Texas. So if you believe in Germany, download the Kalshi app and use code PET to begin competing. This is a country that spent decades setting the standard at World Cups, building a legacy that few nations in football history can match. From lifting multiple trophies with Franz Beckenbauer to winning the 2014 World Cup, the Germans have always been a powerhouse.
For Kurtz! Touch it to a close one, now fire from him and he scores!
Nah, bro, Germans do know their football, I can't lie. They are really, bro, especially Thomas Muller, I think I say his name, bro. Even the way that he plays football is completely different to everybody else, bro. He plays in like a unique way. I think he's like a tactical football player.
Midway inside the Argentine.
But like he shouldn't be as good as how he is.
Great ball in, it's 1-0.
He just is.
A reverse ball.
Thomas Muller!
Oh,
Bang on.
Andre Schürrle, it's 7.
Bang
Germany
on.
desperately want to get back to the top because historically, that's where they've always been. For years, Germany was the team everybody expected to at least reach the semifinals. Yes, they weren't always the flashiest of teams, but they were super organized, mentally strong, and incredibly hard to beat. Pretty much the opposite of Slot's Liverpool. They became known for their ruthless efficiency and winning mentality. Germany won their first ever World Cup in 1950.
Who do you think is gonna win? I can't lie. I think it might be, in my opinion, I would have like 3 people. Germany at the top. I'm not gonna lie. I watched the flipping Germany versus Brazil, and that very much influenced me till this day. And I would like for England or Portugal to win because of Ronaldo. I love Ronaldo. And England because like it would be like a big parade over here. But I'm not gonna use those teams. I would say Brazil. That would be tough. And who else would I wanna see win, bro? France. I feel like France. France might win the World Cup, bro. That's another power team, bro.
54.
France is too tough.
From the 1954
Four-star
after
team.
World War II.
Who do you think is gonna
West
win?
Germany
Who do you think is
returned
gonna
in
win?
1954 in Switzerland. Nobody expected them to win. Hungary was the best team in the world at that time, and they had already beaten Germany 8-3 in the group stage. In the final,
Damn, I started playing it without playing it. Damn.
winning mentality. Germany won their first ever World Cup in 1954. After being banned from the 1954
You always saying,
after
Owen,
World War II,
I agree
West
with
Germany returned
France,
in
but not
1954 in
Brazil.
Switzerland. Nobody expected them to win. Hungary was the
Nah, like with Brazil, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I'm. Yeah, with Brazil, I don't know. It's more like I want to see Neymar win a World Cup. I really do. I really want to see Neymar win a World Cup, bro.
the best team in the world at that time, and they had already beaten Germany 8-3 in the group stage. In the final, it was raining cats and dogs, conditions that the Germans called Fritz Walter weather because their captain absolutely loved the mud. What a weird thing to be known for, by the way. Hungary went up 2-0 early, but the Germans fought back to win 3-2 with a late goal by Helmut Rahn. Many people think that the 1972 European Championship team is the best side Germany have ever had. Led by Beckenbauer and the goal machine Gerd Müller, they destroyed the Soviet Union 3-0 in the final. They played a beautiful flowing style that was way ahead of its time. Like, think about the way Real Madrid play and then do the opposite. In 1974, they won the World Cup as hosts after defeating an incredibly talented Dutch team.
Bro, that World Cup looks like it was made out of plastic, chat. That looks like it was made out of plastic, bro.
In 1974, they won the World Cup as hosts after defeating an incredibly talented Dutch team led by Johan Cruyff. Even though the Dutch were the favorites, the Germans were just much more clinical. I mean, that's the German efficiency stereotype they talk about. Muller scored the winner, and Germany became the first team to hold the Euro and World Cup titles at the same time. Germany reached another World Cup final in 1986.
Bro, does anybody know if Thomas Muller is playing in this World Cup, bro?
But standing in front of them was prime Diego Maradona. Germany fought back from 2-0 down to make it 2-2, but Argentina scored late to win it 3-2. It was Germany's second straight World Cup final defeat. The 1990 World Cup felt much bigger than football. The Berlin Wall had recently fallen, and Germany were going through massive change as a country. Led by Lothar Matthäus and coached by Franz Beckenbauer, Germany beat Argentina 1-0 in the final with a late penalty. It became the perfect ending to the West Germany era before reunification.
Bro,
after their failure,
wait, hold on, bro. Is that Thomas Muller, bro?
Became the perfect.
Bro, is that guy on the right Thomas Muller? Bro, how old is Thomas Muller? Bro, how old is this guy, bro? Bro, how old is this guy, bro? 36, 9. Bro, so he was a lot. Bro, is this Thomas Muller, bro? Bro, is this the same guy? No way, Thomas Muller was still. Bro, this guy been playing football for a decade. Same age as you? Not even, bro. I'm 46.
Perfect ending to the West Germany era before reunification. After their failure in Euro 2000, the DFB completely revolutionized their youth development program going into the 2002 World Cup. They called it Das Reboot. Honestly, I had to search this up. I thought it was German for restarting your computer. The Germans made it mandatory for every pro club to have a top-tier academy focusing on skills instead of just being big and strong. I guess some of the Premier League teams didn't get this memo.
Oh, thank you. No,
You try not to laugh, bro. That's disrespectful.
Even though the reboot had just started, Germany ended up making it to the World Cup final in 2002. It was mostly thanks to goalkeeper Oliver Kahn, an absolute legend.
Bro, what the flip, bro? That guy
The
looks
final
like,
in
bro,
2002. It was mostly
Bro, this guy looks like a monster, bro. Bro, imagine trying to score against this guy. This guy looks like a monster. Look at that. Early human ass face, bro. Bro, look at the first ever human being, bro.
thanks to goalkeeper Oliver Kahn, an absolute legend, who was unbeatable until the final, where they lost 2-0 to a legendary Brazil team featuring Ronaldo. No one had the Portuguese Botox.
Bro said, hilarious vidmate, got a good laugh out of me, even made the wife chuckle. You could even call it skivity, as the kids call it nowadays. Cheers from the UK. Are you fried? What the flip is wrong with this guy?
This Brazilian beast. Then in 2006, Germany were the hosts again. The home soil, the beers, the German baddies, the passion.
Wait, German baddies?
To outshine the world, and so they did. Prior to the tournament, there wasn't that much hope for the Germans. The lack of quality players in the squad were questioned, as well as Klinsmann's decision to live in America rather than Germany. But with Michael Ballack as the captain, along with Lukas Podolski and Klose, combined with Germany's history with having the home advantage, the Germans began to silence the doubters. The Germans finished third. They lost in a heartbreaking way to the Italians in the semifinals, but then they beat Portugal in the third place game. Miroslav Klose was awarded the Golden Boot. Podolski won the Best Young Player award.
Oh, my name's Podolski.
Jans Lehmann,
Bro,
Ballack, and Klose
flashback.
were selected in the tournament.
Mertesack! Oh my days. Bro, this is a flashback, bro. I remember when I was a kid, bro. I used to, Podolski used to play for Arsenal. Mertesack, oh, bro. Mertesack's so flipping long, bro. He used to be my favorite defender to use in flipping FIFA 2011.
All-Star team. The whole country fell in love with the team again. They played attacking, exciting football. It was proof that Das Reboot was working. But the optimism didn't actually last too long. Between 2006 and 2012, the Germans won nothing. In Euro 2000,
he had like 29 pace. Yeah, bro, that guy could have run for shit, though.
2008, they got all the way to the final, but were defeated by Spain. Then in the 2010 World Cup, they had a new generation of talented players like Mesut.
Bro, they had Mesut Ozil in here, bro.
Ozil, Toni Kroos, and Muller. But they could only make it to the semifinals where, once again, they were defeated by Spain. Then in the 2012 Euros, Germany started out on fire, being the only team to win all three of their group matches. But they fell short in the semifinals again, this time against the lasagna lovers Italy. It honestly...
Hey, man, shout out Italy, man. Bro, they had to mention bro, I don't care, bro.
But they fell short in the semifinals again, this time against...
Bro, Prime, I didn't even know that flipping Banatelli was Italian, bro, until I feel like a couple months ago. Oh my days, bro.
The lasagna lovers Italy. It honestly seemed like the Germans were cursed, because despite their talent and their dominant playstyle, they just couldn't get their hands on the trophy. The 2014 World Cup was the moment everything finally came together for Germany. After years of rebuilding through the Das Reboot project, the German Football Federation finally saw the results on the biggest stage possible. By 2014, the new generation had fully arrived. What made this team special was
man.
They still had the toughness and mentality that the Germans have always been known for. But now they had so much technical quality that they could compete with anyone. They were no longer just great on home soil. They now had a system that allowed them to dominate wherever they went. And then came the semi-final against Brazil. That 7-1 win is still one of the most shocking results in football history. Germany completely destroyed Brazil in their own country. Honestly, it felt like the Germans were getting rid of all of their anger, rage, and frustration from losing in the semi-finals so often in previous tournaments. The passing, movement, finishing, and ruthlessness were unbelievable.
Bro, that wasn't even trying,
Brazil
bro.
over and kept spanking them like a disobedient child. But the job wasn't finished.
Bro, even when Brazil scored, people didn't even know when to like cheer or not, bro. The crowd was like mad silent.
It's not finished.
In the final against Argentina, Germany were pushed all the way to extra time. Then in the 113th minute, Mario Götze scored one of the most iconic goals in football history to win the World Cup 1-0.
Mario Götze for Germany. 112 minutes. They find the
Bro,
way.
hey, do you know how it feels, yeah, to flipping score the winning goal for your country, bro? All you need is one goal, the last minute, and you bang it in and you win for your whole country, bro. Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie, I'll probably become a crackhead after that. I'll be real, bro. I would have probably started like heavily. I would have overdosed on how much dopamine I would have got.
12 minutes.
I would have got so much dopamine.
They find the way.
Beautiful
After
time.
years of rebuilding, disappointment, falling just short, Germany were world champions. The fourth star was theirs, and the long project the Federation started over a decade earlier had
Falling
officially
off on then,
become a masterpiece.
I would have fell off too. After winning
the World Cup in 2014, it honestly felt like the Germans were gonna dominate international football for the next few years. They had world-class players everywhere, an elite system, and one of the best managers in football in Joachim Löw. But instead of building on that success, Germany slowly started losing its identity. At Euro 2016, they still looked like a strong team and actually reached the semi-finals before losing to France. On paper, that seemed respectable. I mean, those are not the worst results in the world. You can't expect to win every single tournament. But the warning signs were there. Germany became too obsessed with possession football. They controlled games, but often moved the ball around without any purpose or intensity. That ruthless edge that made the old German team so feared slowly started disappearing. Then came the disaster at the 2018 World Cup in Putin's country. As defending champions, Germany entered the tournament expecting another deep run. Instead, they completely collapsed. Losses to Mexico and South Korea sent them crashing out in the group stage. Completely collapsed. Losses to Mexico and South Korea.
Bro, like, I don't know why she look like this, bro. Why is she looking like this, bro? I know she can't name 5 football players from Germany. I know she can't. Why? Like, there was no reason for her to be. Like, bro, she look like a flipping monster, bro. Why? Like, bro.
Korea sent them crashing out in the group stage.
Do they have better players in these teams? Probably.
She looked like she saw a monster.
But they were just so unconvincing in the group stage.
The team still dominated possession, but they looked slow, predictable, and completely out of rhythm when they tried to attack. I mean, they basically looked like Chelsea. It was one of the biggest shocks in World Cup history. Things didn't improve much afterward. At the
World Cup champions usually flop the next tournament. Makes sense.
2020 Euros, which was played in 2021 because of COVID, Germany struggled again and were knocked out by England in the round of 16. It ended up being the final tournament for Löw, and the era closed with disappointment instead of glory. Then came another nightmare at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Under Hansi Flick, many fans expected Germany to bounce back. I mean, the guy had just won a sextuple with Bayern. Instead, the exact same problems returned. Germany lost to Japan and once again failed to escape the group stage.
A debacle, a disaster, and those were just the words of the German TV commentator as Germany crashed out of the group stages of the World Cup for the second tournament running.
2 straight World Cup exits that early was not something that people would have imagined a decade before. The fans were frustrated. They had no confidence in the team, and Germany looked like a giant that had completely lost its way. But then came the 2024 Euros, and for the first time in a long time, there was actual hope around the national team. Germany suddenly looked alive again. The football was quicker, more aggressive, and far more exciting to watch. The young stars started taking responsibility. The atmosphere around the squad improved, and the fans finally felt connected to the team again.
Schöner Sommer werden und auf jeden Fall könnten sie gut ins Turnier reinstarten und auch, sage ich ehrlich, haben sie auch die Chance zu gewinnen.
Sie müssen auch kämpfen und müssen halt eine Mannschaft sein. Das ist, glaube ich, das Wichtigste heutzutage, dass alle zusammenspielen und zusammenhalten und halt eine richtige Mannschaft sind.
Germany reached the quarterfinals and lost a heartbreaking match to Spain. I mean, you can easily make the argument that these guys were absolutely robbed by that Cucurella handball not being called. Regardless, for the first time since 2014, it genuinely felt like Germany had found a direction again, and that optimism has been carried over to yet another international tournament. We are now seeing the rise of a new generation of talented players for Germany. Now in defense, the partnership of Jonathan Tah and Nico Schlotterbeck has become one of the biggest strengths of this German team. Both defenders have been excellent at club level, with Tah playing a huge role for Bayern and Schlotterbeck continuing to impress for Borussia Dortmund. What makes this pairing so good is how complete they both are. Both are tall, physical, and aggressive defenders, but they're also very comfortable on the ball. They can play out from the back, break lines with their passes, and handle the high defensive line that Julian Nagelsmann wants to use, because they both have the speed to recover in transition, which is extremely important in modern football. Meanwhile, Antonio Rudiger still brings experience, leadership, and intensity to the squad. Intensity is putting it lightly. The guy is crazy. He's more of a rotational option now, more depth to the center back position, which isn't surprising given how poor he has played for Real Madrid. But hey, despite this guy being an absolute psycho, on his day he is still a good center back, and it doesn't hurt to have him available during a long World Cup. Then you have Joshua Kimmich. Now Nagelsmann might play this guy as a right back or in the heart of midfield. I personally like him better in the middle of the park, especially after watching Bayern and seeing how much he was cooking under Vincent Kompany.
Bro, I'm low-key gonna take this information and I'm gonna go LARP, bro. Like, if my friends bring up the World Cup, I'm gonna use this information to LARP like I knew this the whole time.
But Nagelsmann is significantly more intelligent than me when it comes to football, so he probably has a plan on how to get the best out of Kimmich. In the midfield, Alexander Pavlovich looks like the guy everyone is excited about. The young Bayern midfielder plays with so much calmness and maturity for his age. His passing, vision, and defensive work rate already make him look like a future leader of this team. The most exciting part of this German team, though, for sure, is the...
Bro said, like, Messi is so goated, bro, he's alright, innit? Like, Ronaldo's better, though. He's alright, though. Ronaldo's better, bro.
Partnership between Jamal Musiala and Florian Wirtz. German fans even gave them a nickname, Musiala, because of how dangerous they are together. Both are still incredibly young, but they already play like superstars. Wirtz is the creative brain of the team. After dominating with Bayer Leverkusen, he made a big move to Liverpool in the summer of 2025. His time hasn't been as smooth as people expected, but to be honest, a lot of it isn't even really his fault. Arne Slot's system definitely didn't help him, and a lot of times Wirtz was creating chances that Liverpool simply failed to finish. Like, literally every single Liverpool player has looked worse.
The allegations was real, you don't know, boo. Okay, you guys gonna piss me off. You guys gonna piss me off. Just because, like, bro, I know Ronaldo's good, bro. Ronaldo's one of the greatest players to ever touch the ball. Don't ever let me flip in. I will get into chat and sort you guys out, bro. Wow, yo, how is Messi worse than Ronaldo? Okay, bro, hold on. Let me out.
Their second season under Slot. But whenever Wirtz returns to the German national team, he immediately looks like himself again.
All those things that the media and Liverpool fans are still sort of waiting for, he's been doing that for quite some time for Germany. So I just feel, to me, it looks like when he goes back with the national team, he just oozes more confidence.
His performances for Germany have stayed sharp, he shows his creativity, and he plays with full of confidence.
Man of the match, Florian Wirtz, definitely, because the way already he kind of played in the first half, you could see that he was enjoying himself. So he was the player, difference maker, was fun to watch him.
So that shows you his talent was never the problem. Musiala, meanwhile, is the magician. The Musiala, one of the best dribblers in
the magic.
They call him Bambi because of the way he glides past defenders with those long, skinny legs. He hasn't quite looked the same since returning from injury. I saw it in flashes in the game against PSG in the Champions League. A prime Musiala probably would have scored a lot of those chances. But even then, he remains an incredibly dangerous player who can decide games with one run or just one touch. What makes this duo even better is that the two of them are friends even off the pitch. That chemistry carries over to the matches, where they're constantly combining, rotating positions, and being a nightmare for defenders. When both of them are fully confident and in rhythm, Germany suddenly look like one of the most dangerous attacking teams in the world. One of Germany's biggest problems in the last few years has been finding a proper striker. Back in the day, Miroslav Klose dunked on everybody, but nowadays it's hard to find an elite number 9. Right now, Kai Havertz is the main option up front. Now, he's not your classic traditional number 9, but his movement, intelligence, and link-up play have been excellent for both Arsenal and Germany. He drops deep, connects the attacks, and he creates space for the other players around him. He is not a world-class number 9 by any stretch of the imagination, but he has a lot of qualities that can help the team as a whole. Germany have other options too. Nick Voltemada has been developing really well and gives the team more size and technical quality. His start at Newcastle was actually great. He was scoring a lot of goals and dominating the Premier League. Then Eddie Howe, for some reason, started playing this guy as like a number 8. He started playing him deeper in the midfield when he was cooking up front. So then his goal stats dried up like my balls when I watched Real Madrid play. Hopefully now...
Bro did not need to say that. But hey man, dried up like my balls when I watched. Bro, why does bro hate Real Madrid, bro? Just so much Real Madrid hate.
Nagelsmann uses him where he's supposed to actually play because the guy is a very good player. You also have Dennis Undav, who's put up some fantastic numbers for Stuttgart. Out wide, Sane still brings speed, directness, and dribbling. When I've spoken to German fans, many of them don't like this guy. They say that his decision making is poor and that he has really bad body language, but honestly, I still think he can do some damage, at least coming off the bench. When you combine this level of talent with Nagelsmann's tactical knowledge, you really do have the recipe for success.
There were issues obviously in the recent past, but they have to leave that behind and they have to demonstrate again to their nation that they are united, that they are ready for a big challenge.
Nagelsmann, who was the youngest ever Bundesliga coach, aged 28 when he took charge of Hoffenheim in 2016.
Okay, why is bro shouting in every single clip? Like, bro's just mad red and angry, bro. Like, flip it, no. Give bro a break. Like, bro might pop a blood vessel, bro. That can't be healthy.
And then steered Bayern to a Bundesliga title in 2021-2022 is an individual who thinks outside the box. He has built a tactical system that is super flexible and adaptable during matches. Germany usually line up in a 4-2-3-1, but when they have possession, the shape can quickly shift into something that looks more like a 3-4-3 or even a midfield diamond. The main goal is to keep players close together so the passing becomes faster and more dangerous. Nagelsmann wants his team to constantly combine in tight spaces with quick passes and movement, almost like a five-a-side team. This forces opponents to crowd the middle of the park, and once that happens, Germany attacks the open spaces out wide or behind the defensive line. The entire system is built around speed, movement, and creating chaos for the opposition. Now, for this team to play well, they're gonna need Kimmich at his best. To see just how underrated this guy is, and how Pep warned us how good he could become years ago, you have to watch this video right here.
Ox Courts. If you're new here and you do...
Oh, damn. Okay. No, that was actually very educational. I'm not gonna lie, man. Dead ass, I feel like Germany might be one of the most likely teams to win. Germany, France. Germany's definitely up there. They're definitely top 3 in the World Cup right now. Definitely top 3, especially with that beautiful performance. 7-1, bro. How can they smoke somebody 7-1, bro? What? Bro sent them home packing. Yo, we saying Gravers, bro. But yeah, anyways, man. Hey, who do you guys think is gonna win the World Cup?